Music Radio. WSME. AM and FM.
Nothing can stop me. So bad do I feel inside. Get my hat, I'm checking out. Cause you and your friends really hurt my pride. So unexpected, you shot me down. With all the fellas standing around, yeah. Please don't go, that's what they'll be saying. Please don't go, but I'm not playing. Cause nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me. Though you and I were pretty close, I'm calling it quits, girl. Cause it was you I really done the most. You made me feel like I was 2 feet tall, while all the other laughed and swore. Yeah, please don't go, that's what they'll be saying. Please don't go, but I'm not playing, cause nothing can stop me. Look like you're having a blue. You made me lose my cool. Fellas on the scene, they treat me so cold and you so mean. Nothing can stop me. So bad do I feel inside. Get my hat, I'm checking out. Cause you and your friends really hurt my pride. So unexpected, you shot me down. With all the fellas standing around, yeah. Please don't go, that's what they'll be saying. Please don't go, but I'm not playing, cause nothing can stop me.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Laura Cantor. More than 24 dead across Mississippi following several powerful tornadoes. Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves says President Biden's emergency declaration is geared toward communities hit the hardest.
What you see is that we've got a lot of good people that live in this great state, and I'm proud of them, and I'm proud to represent them, and I'm proud to take this opportunity to get as many resources here as we possibly can.
Continued concerns in Syria following attacks against coalition bases. The U.S. launched strikes in retaliation after an American contractor was killed from a suspected Iranian drone. NSC spokesman John Kirby on CBS's Face the Nation.
This was a serious attack by these militant groups, and the president retaliated swiftly and boldly, significantly, to deal with that.
President Biden says he is prepared to take forceful action in order to protect Americans. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
Well, I'm not sure exactly when now is. It could be now, yesterday. How you like that? Oh, you're not even listening.
I can hear it. My head hurts.
Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp. And I'm Lee Barrows.
And that was our echo chamber.
I heard it.
Did you hear it?
Yes. It was.
Cool.
Yeah, I could hear it.
I'd do that again. What do you think?
That's annoying. Yeah.
Thank you, Kelly.
So anyway, we're not sure exactly what time it is. It's either 6:03 or 7:03. So I'm going to guess that because we're all here, it's 7:03-ish.
Yes.
but the clock on the wall says 6:03.
You have weird
I've got
stuff
another
here.
clock in the other room that
You
changed
just-
times yesterday as well.
You
Automatically just went back 1 hour.
There's some kind
Why?
of magnetic field around
It's a
this
vortex.
place. It's a vortex.
We're,
That's
we're,
good.
we're in the middle of a vortex, along with President Biden.
Well, he's in a bubble.
So, anyway, how was your weekend, ladies?
Good.
How
Mine
was
was
yours?
busy.
Well, good. Did you do anything worthwhile?
Yeah, I did a lot of yard stuff.
Oh,
I
okay.
had to take care of my daughter.
Getting ready to plant stuff.
Getting ready to plant stuff.
Yes.
All right, you're a little bit late, but it's
Well,
okay.
I didn't go by seeds. I got plants already.
Oh, okay.
I
Well, it's
cheated.
good. I got to go buy some plants too, and get some more seeds coming up. And I got some of the stuff in the garden already. I had to
Yes.
place the things over it last week because it got cold.
Yes. It
Do we
did.
have any of that coming this week, Kelly? Any cold?
No,
Good.
it'll be a little chillier, but no, not cold
Chili
at
is
all.
fine. Cold, I had
Yeah.
to trim some of the buds, the leaves off and get rid of them because they died on the vine. But it's all right for the
Yes,
mass.
but I did a lot of trimming back.
The vast majority of the stuff, things are still out there. They'll be really hardy.
Well, Richard would be proud of me because I did put the weed and feed down
Did you?
a month ago.
Oh,
So I have a
cool.
lot of dirt in the backyard. So
Oh,
now
okay.
I've got to get it ready to plant grass seed.
The
But
coldest.
I did finally listen to what Richard's been saying all
Yeah.
this
Well,
time.
Richard Crowder from Crowder
Yes.
and Sons Landscaping. So
coldest day of the week, day wise, is going to be Wednesday,
Yeah.
63. But I will have to say, a Wednesday night's going to be 39 for the low.
Well,
that'll
there
be
you
all
go.
right. Not
Yeah.
a problem.
One more night for fire for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not cold enough for a fire.
no, it
yeah,
is to
listen.
me. But
Yeah, if it gets down below 40, actually, that would be
that is 1 degree below
early,
40.
but that would be early morning before we get out of bed, likely. When it gets down to about 40 degrees, that's when I light the fire.
Well, you can light it Wednesday night then.
Well, I
But,
think
yeah.
March is starting to make a statement now with the thunderstorms.
Oh,
So-
I was
I can see another one coming out
Saturday.
there. Look at that.
Yeah, I know. Saturday, before I left downtown, the tide line, I'm like, God, it got dark outside
Yes,
all
it
of a
did.
sudden.
It came in
1
whipping.
o'clock in the
Yeah.
afternoon, and then
Yeah.
the rains came
Mhm.
down. And Robbie said when I called her at that time, it was fine here, but she said it was beginning to look dark.
Mhm.
And before I got here, it came down
Yeah.
here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
had sprinkles for about 15 minutes and then it stopped. But
Oh,
it
That
it's
was
got,
it?
monsoon.
I
day
had
with
to
me.
turn the lights on in the house. It got
We
so dark.
had
like
a
a like a-
lot of rain,
lot of rain,
suddenly,
whipping
Mhm.
winds.
lots
yeah.
of wind.
Yeah.
So
Well, you're in that path because it crosses over from Catherine Lake over Half Moon and heads your way.
yeah.
I was at Megan's house though, right
Oh.
down the street from
Yeah, well,
Rayford.
it was
Yeah, and it was just like monsoon
it
over
was
here.
pretty
Yeah.
tough around here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then yesterday, I didn't hear there was no thunder on Saturday, not that I heard.
hmm
And
There,
but
there was
yesterday,
Woo.
there was some chunking
Uh-huh.
boomers out there. So don't know.
And
So
today, this morning, there was.
I heard
It
that
woke
early
me
morning
up
this
this
my
morning.
morning.
house, and
Yeah.
I was up, and lightning like bright, and yeah, it
Mhm.
was thundery. I don't even know if that's a
I
word.
think there's another round coming
There
in
is.
about 7:30.
Yeah.
Well, this is
Let me
that month,
Mm-hmm.
March.
Yes.
That things can happen
Comes in like a lion.
Mm-hmm.
and goes out like a
It
lamb.
was roaring
supposedly.
this morning.
I think it came in like a lamb and's gone out like a lion.
Yeah,
though.
I remember that. It was really nice in the beginning of the
Yeah. At
month.
the beginning, we started off.
Even back
not
in
bad.
February.
Yeah.
So it was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Oh no! Look,
What?
it's already moved off with just a little bit of rain.
Well,
We'll see
good
what
riddance.
happens.
Hopefully it will be gone. Uh-oh. Who do we have this morning? Bright and early. Oh my goodness gracious.
It's Vic. Oh, I gotta put my headphones on.
Vic.
Oh.
Turn it off, turn it on.
We lost him.
No.
Hey Vic, how are you?
I'm well. How are you all this morning?
Well, y'all are winds be fine. How are you?
I'd be good. It was a dark and stormy night, though.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was. So did you get a gift this weekend?
I sure did. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
First, I have a request of Ms. Kelly.
What's up?
put your clever little fingers together, please,
All right.
and look up Bulwer, Bulwer, Lytton, Lytton, writing contest.
Let's do that one more time. That just sounded kind of a strange bunch of letters. 4 is in the number 4?
No, Bulwer, it's a name. Bulwer.
Got it. Hold on.
Lytton, Lytton, writing contest.
LYT.
TON.
Yep, I got it right here.
Okay. Yes, Ms. Lee was gracious enough on Friday, or was it Saturday? Friday, to stop by with my wonderful little WSME hat, which is absolutely exquisite.
Oh, yes, they are nice hats.
Yes, I love the red,
Mm-hmm.
but not to look a gift horse in the mouth, as it were. I was a little bit disappointed in that it did not have live and local talk radio on there.
Well, we're sort of a separate
We need to
entity.
get some.
We're a separate entity, but we're on WSME. That's our parent company.
You know what? That's a good idea,
Yeah.
Vic. I'm gonna.
Some of those,
Yes.
but
Good choice. Good idea.
Yeah.
Pulled up now. Are you want me to look up the rules because I'm reading? What?
No, look up winners.
Okay. Have you?
All
Okay.
right.
I don't like the rules, but okay.
No, look up winners.
All right. Hold on.
I'll
Let me go back.
explain the rules in the background.
Okay.
I can do that. All right.
All right. Hold on.
Back to it was a dark and stormy night. Rayford, you and I are familiar with that line mostly because of the comic strip Peanuts by Charles Schultz.
Yes.
Because that's what Snoopy would always write at the beginning of the Great Beagle novel. Okay?
Yes.
And so the line was originally written by Bulwer Lytton, who is a Victorian novelist.
Yeah. Did not start with Snoopy, but go ahead.
No, it started with Bulwer Lytton, and it was actually the first line of one of his novels. Okay? And it has generally been acclaimed as the worst opening sentence ever written.
I think it's pretty cool, but
Well, you would.
yeah.
But we learned about it through Snoopy, and then all the characters would come by and criticize him about it, and it always and their comments always reflected their characters more than anything about Snoopy or the sentence. But okay, Miss Kelly, you got any winners there?
Well, they're grouped by year. Do you want me to pick a year?
Either a year or a genre, because
Just have a year.
I think Rachel would most like detective.
Let me see if I can find this out. Hold on. Let's see. I'm pulling up 1996. So that was at the bottom of the list here.
Whatever.
Of course, they
They're
are.
all
Oh, wait,
good.
wait. Winner. Okay, I see. Winner: historical, adventure, romance, urban realism. Winner: detective.
Yeah, detective or crime.
Okay, this one says detective. The winner in 1996 was Rayford. The contest rules is your entry has to be one sentence
One sentence.
because it's the worst opening line of a novel. So you can only you can
A long
enter.
claim Clinton.
You can enter as many times as you want, it says, but you can only do one sentence. So in 1996, the winner, it says it was, I probably should read this before I read it on the air. Hold on. Okay, we're good. It was a hot as a jalapeno outside. I'm reading this as it's written because I don't even make sense already. It was a hot as a jalapeno outside. The smog hung in the air like bits of pepper on a 3-day-old cottage cheese, and the condiment police, after extricating themselves from one pickle after another, were running late in their efforts to catch up and that's like what you put on your burger, with a
Not me. I put
budding
fries.
egg, a bat. This is written wrong.
That's the worst.
Bad egg named Sal Sodium, who was armed to the teeth and who was stalking a gorgeous tomato for the 24 carats on her finger. So they slipped into their flak jackets with relish before moving in on
That
a
is
assault with a deadly
absolutely the
weapon.
worst thing that's ever been written. I don't care what you say.
I was up
That's
here
the
struggling with
worst
this.
thing that's ever been
Well,
written.
it won in
Yeah, it's
1996
the
for the
worst.
best detective
No,
one.
the worst.
Yeah. It won best
Nick,
of
how
the
did you find this? Because I've never even heard of this.
I've entered.
You've
I've
entered?
never won. I have entered, but I've never won.
Well, if you had to beat that as the worst line,
Oh, my Lord.
you never will win.
When we take a break, Rayford, I'm going to read you the winner of the Vile Puns. I'm not reading it on the air, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yikes.
Okay.
Wow.
Enjoy, y'all.
Wow.
Thank you, Vic. Have a good one.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks.
I still think Along Came Clinton, 1996 would be the best opening
You
line.
would win that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might. Wow, I never heard
And
of
great
this contest.
correlation with Along Came a Spider.
But you can have a single sentence.
Mhm.
And they recommend that it doesn't go beyond 50 or 60 words and must be original and previously unpublished.
That was about the most original
Garbage.
that I've ever heard.
And people win this. They enter every year. It's been going since 1982,
Wow.
Rayford. Yeah.
Wow. Sounds like one of those 1940s movie type things, the Marlows or whatever.
I don't know, but they have all the categories. There's so many categories. Yikes.
You know, it was a dark and stormy night. I've used it as an opening description for what the Coast Guard, some coasties out of Morehead City did in 1980, mid 80s, something like that, when it was a dark and stormy night, literally. And they were out in one of the little patrol boats. It was probably, well, that would have been before the rubber boats that they've got. But they were, a boat came in through the inlet there at Beaufort Inlet. And that was the beginning of the end for Mr. Noriega. And a friend of mine wrote the book. He did not use "It was a dark and stormy night." I've used that as a description because that's pretty much the way the boat. It was a dark and stormy night, and this boat came, a sailing vessel, and it didn't. Not a sailing vessel, a fishing vessel, and it had no nets. Hello, knock knock, who's there? Back in the day when a lot of smuggling was going on, and they turned around, and the boat managed to dock downtown Morehead City, and then they pulled up alongside it, and because they were suspicious, and no crew was there. The crew had jumped and run, and they found a bunch of pot on board, tons of pot on board.
Okay.
And about 5 or 6 years later, Mr. Noriega, 1989 it was, and down there in Panama, that's when our U.S. military and a bunch of our other assets were down in Panama to take him down. And there were some assets there in 1989 who were to make sure he did not get out of the country, at least alive. So that was an interesting time.
Interesting.
Sounds like
and a retired, now retired judge, federal judge, and at the time he was a U.S. assistant attorney, an assistant U.S. attorney. Was investigating the case, and a whole lot of my friends were involved, from FBI to DEA. So that's how Mr. Noriega ended up on the platter.
Nice.
Because some coasties out of Morehead City at Fort Macon got suspicious of this boat coming in.
Cool.
Anyway.
Well, good. They were doing their jobs.
Y'all need to pick up the book, the CSEA of Greed, at some point in time. It's on Amazon and elsewhere. But Sea of Greed, Doug McCullough wrote it. And he was a friend of mine, still is a friend of mine. And he lives now over on Emerald Isle.
Okay.
Okay.
Sea of Greed.
SEA of Greed.
Okay.
Robin would love to read it.
Okay.
He's not And he's not an author,
Mhm.
but he is a published author. But the story is what makes the whole
Okay.
thing worthwhile.
To check it out.
But Kelly gave me a good series to watch on Netflix, man. That is
What
so
is that
good.
now?
Night Agent. You would like it.
Oh,
It's
Rachel, you
up
would
your
like
alley.
that. It's you are
So
a
far, it's only
cop.
one season.
Yeah, it better get renewed.
Yes, yes.
It just came out last week.
There's a mole in the White House. That's all
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's a very
Well,
very
if
good show.
they get one of those guys to come in and clean the place, they could get rid of the mole.
Mole, MOLE.
Oh, that
Yeah.
kind of mole.
Yeah.
Well, you just put
There's
a
a
trap for those.
snitch.
Mhm.
A snitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rachel, you
Snitch
need to
gets
watch this
stitches.
show. It is anybody that is like law enforcement would love this show.
Takes me back to Monica Lewinsky, but you're live and local Real
Not
Talk
on
on
my
Freedom 97.1 and 1120 AM WSME, and we'll be right back.
Of shopping online. Well, I'm going to tell you what I tell my golf buddies when they buy clubs. Stop searching for coupon codes. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. Plus, it's free, and you don't even need a Capital One card to use it. That's like hitting a hole in one without even trying. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary. Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. You're driving along and some nimrod cuts you off. You hit the horn. Jeez, it sounds like a goose in distress. Time to head over to eBay Motors. They have horns for every make and model, not to mention horn pads, steering wheels, wiring, and more. 122 million parts. You can even go for an upgrade. Looks like Mr. Cutoff Man needs a new seat cover. Try eBay Motors, pal. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team, serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax. We're on the way.
After a long day, who wants to spend time in the kitchen? Let the Burrow Restaurant simplify your life and do the cooking for you. Family dinners that will please even the pickiest palate. Place your to-go order at the Burrow's Facebook page. Tell us if there's a special pickup time or any other instructions, and we'll take care of the rest. And craft cocktails to go. Restrictions apply. Ask for details. Simplify your life with help from the Burrow Restaurant, 109 Front Street in historic downtown Swansboro.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 9.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Reminds me, I've got a I got to make an appointment there at the Burro restaurant because I haven't had my share of the Burro in a couple of weeks. So, golly, Moses, we've all got to get down there. We got to take Theo with us too.
Yes.
We do.
So
We have to get up with
we
Theo.
do.
Yeah.
Get his
we can
address
get
and I'll go pick him up.
Yeah, well, I don't think he would ride with any of us.
No, he wouldn't.
Oh, he would ride with us girls. He would have a blast.
Y'all carry guns too. He doesn't like guns. You know, that's just the way it is. He'd have to be certain.
What he doesn't see or know about.
Well, he knows about it. He might not see it, but he doesn't know about it. Tideline Marine right here in Jacksonville, your one-stop shop for all of your boating and fishing needs. Man, I'll tell you what, Saturday, holy moly, there were people from the right of us. I think people came in from Mississippi.
Wow.
To buy stuff Saturday.
Because it's a beautiful day. Everybody
It was
see,
a
the
beautiful
sun
day.
brings out people wanting to go buy stuff. They wait till those are those wait till last minute people.
Well, they weren't going fishing that day, but they came in and they
some of them, I bet,
they
were.
bought a bunch of stuff, bunch of those new lures
Bet
that
they
we've
were.
got, that hand painted lures, one of a kind, made right here in Jacksonville. They came in, and I think I sold the first ones of them the other day. And it was like 3 of them in one afternoon. Whoa, that's pretty cool. And they look really good. Some top water baits that should be wonderful for redfish right about now, because the reds love to play on with top water bait. Those are the ones that skip across the surface, and you just jig them until they just splash the water on the surface. They don't sink down. They just come across the surface of the water, and they will get big mouth bass and redfish all excited, and they will come down from deep and come straight up there and grab them. If you've never seen a redfish go after top water bait, you are missing it. That is absolutely cool, gorgeous looking. So get on by there and chat up with George, Elise, about some of the bait that is being used by the professionals, the lures that are being used. And they'll hook you up. Pardon the pun, they'll get you hooked up and let you get out there and compete with the pros. We'll have some more coming up here shortly on a redfish tournament, another redfish tournament right around this area. So we'll have Mike Madison here one day to chat about that. Off Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Offshore today, southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, increasing to 15 to 20 this afternoon. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop, becoming choppy in the afternoon. You may find a few spots there with some patchy fog this morning with the rain and stuff we're having. Not so sure anymore, but that was the prediction overnight. Tuesday, tomorrow, northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, gusts up to 25 in the morning tomorrow. Seas 2 to 4 feet, sounds and rivers a moderate chop. And on Wednesday, northerly winds 10 to 15, increasing to 15 to 20 in the afternoon, then becoming northeasterly 10 to 15 in the evening, diminishing to 5 to 10 after midnight tonight. Wednesday night, seas 2 to 4 feet.
Today, showers and thunderstorms mainly before noon. Otherwise, the high today will be 79, and winds could be gusty with gusts as high as 28 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low of 54. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high of 69. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, a low of 44. And on Wednesday, mostly sunny, high of 63, but gusty with gusts as high as 18 miles an hour.
You know, over the weekend, we had some very severe weather here in the South. From Mississippi to Alabama to Georgia. A tornado reported touchdown early yesterday in Troup County, Georgia. That's near the Alabama border. A lot of homes were just wasted. Did you? I don't know if you saw any of the pictures.
I saw pictures.
They're just gone. They're missing. They're flattened. Look like a debris field. Many roads were blocked by debris. I-85 was closed for a bit in both directions due to trees across Interstate 85. And a lot of cars were abandoned because they were damaged. They couldn't go any further. They got caught in the storms. The Pine Mountain Animal Safari, that's in Troup County, Georgia, reported that a tiger at the park was unaccounted for. I like that. Got a loose tiger. Its
Wow.
cage was apparently damaged by the wind, by the tornado. Residents were warned to stay inside. A string of deadly weekend tornadoes took the lives of at least 26 people. Ugh.
Very sad.
Yeah, I was listening
well,
to a very
This is that severe weather month.
a very sad story this morning where a daughter was talking to her mother on the phone. Her mother was on the road and they got the tornado warning and she heard it coming. The mother parked in the parking lot of a store and ran inside that building for cover, and that building was destroyed by the tornado and she was killed. How crazy is that? It's just tragic.
It is.
Very sad.
We thank goodness we don't get that many tornadoes around here. It is possible, generally in the month of April or March, is when we get ours. We've had them a little bit earlier when we had really warm weather conditions and then followed by a cold front. The temperature dropped Saturday about 15, 18 degrees in about 10 minutes.
Right.
As that line of storm
Yes.
came through here. I did not see the severe wind changes, which is what normally occurs, but I did feel it. You could see it, and I felt the temperature change, and the winds were howling. The flag across the street there at the Future Visitor Center for the city of Jacksonville, it was blowing straight out.
Wow.
But then it changed directions. It's blowing straight out. That's sometimes what happens when the winds come through. So y'all be careful out there and keep your eye on the weather. My weather radio went off yesterday afternoon. Not for right here, but I've got some of the surrounding counties punched in. And they had some really high winds up around Cape Lookout and to the north of Cape Lookout, northeast. Along the coast.
Tyrrell County right now is battling a fire that was caused by the lightning strike.
Oh, wow.
It's about 35% contained right now.
Well, you remember too, what was it, 2011, 2012? We had that tornado. No, it had to be 2011, 2010.
Right through
2011.
Montclair.
About 2011, yeah.
Yeah.
Right down the street here.
Because I lived in Bryn Mawr at the time. So, yeah. And I heard it come over the house. Yeah. So that was in April.
Yeah.
So just everybody be aware.
It can happen. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, guys. How y'all doing this morning?
We're
Hey,
doing
good
fine,
morning.
Steve. Thank you.
How did you fare the weather this weekend?
I slept through most of it last night.
It was during the day, Steve.
Yeah. Saturday wasn't too bad. I was able to get up on the roof and tear off and put back 4 square shingles.
Wow.
So before the rain came in, and I was surprised. I thought drinking beer and playing guitar would have better prepared me for roofing work.
So it did not, huh? Okay.
I was a little sore at the end of the day. I ain't gonna lie.
Interesting.
Hey guys, I wanted to apologize. I was in a little bit of a tiff on Friday. Them politicians, they tend to get under my skin.
I get under my skin.
Do they?
They get under my skin too, all the time.
I know.
From all sides.
Rayford, you asked me a question on Friday.
I don't
wanted
remember.
to give you an answer to
That
it.
was a long
You
time
asked me
ago.
You asked me why my opinion held more weight than the next person's opinion.
Yeah.
And that's a valid question. And you know this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. If one person has an opinion, another person has an opposing opinion, we look at the facts and see, do the facts support person A or person B?
No, we don't.
And yes, we do. That's how we decide if people go to jail or not. Defense has an opinion, prosecutor has an opinion, and the judge weighs the facts and sees which opinion supported.
Uh-huh.
That's how we do conflict resolution in the adult world. So
I just get a baseball bat
when
out.
I had the opinion that the election was just as free and fair as every other election we had, and Donald Trump, not saying y'all, but Donald Trump has the opinion it was completely stolen and fraudulent. He's not only said a different opinion, but that's a charge of wrongdoing and an illegal action. That's what he's charging. So we go to the facts and see, do the facts support the opinion that I share? It's not my opinion. I just share it with quite a few other people.
Yeah.
Or do they support Donald Trump's opinion? The opinion that I share. That opinion is also shared of his administration. It's also shared with the Republican officials election officials in the states that he said were stolen.
Uh-huh.
So that's where I say that once the facts support the opinion that I share and they debunk the opinion that Donald Trump and the people who share his opinion, that's when my opinion that I share moves into, now my opinion has been established as fact and that opinion has been debunked.
Was it 1948? Was it
I mean, you can argue that. You can say, no, I don't accept that. Your facts are not facts, and that's your facts are just your opinion. But that's not the truth.
Was it 1948?
That's not how it works. That's how our whole judicial system is based. Is that you have two opposing opinions, and you look at the facts to see who's telling the truth.
Was
you
it
disagree?
Was it 1948 when the newspaper headlines came out the day after an election, and somebody who was not elected was named as president in the newspapers? Was it 48? I think.
Okay, I know what you're talking about, but go ahead and explain to me your point of
Were those facts? I mean, people woke up and they figured that Dewey was elected president, right?
Well, here's the thing. What you have is you have an opinion in a paper.
Well, no. You read it in the paper, and those were facts.
A newspaper article is not fact. It can be fact if it's based on fact, but if it's based on fiction, it's fiction. A newspaper article in itself is neither. You don't know if it's fact or fiction till you check its sources. So what you're trying to tell me is that a fraudulent news article was somehow passed off as fact. People might have believed it was true, but
they did.
Fact checked it. As soon as you fact checked it, you found out it was wrong.
You couldn't fact check it in those days right away.
But that's the whole thing is you have people who have opinions, but then you check the facts, and that's the determining the determining factor is whose opinion is supported by the facts that we see in front of us.
Who won the war in 1865?
Depends on
the war
who
in
you ask.
1865.
Yeah, the end of the war in 1865. Who won it?
We went through this. The Union won.
Who won the war at the end of 1945?
In 1945, the Allies.
Nope, not according to Japanese history books for several years.
Well, it's like I said, it depends on who you ask.
Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion, and they can
wait a minute.
They can base their opinion upon.
What you're trying to do is you're trying to show me something where somebody had a fraudulent opinion.
No.
Was not based on fact.
No.
You just keep giving me examples of what the problem is right now. That people are not fact checking. They take a story that is not factually accurate and they believe it is true.
So how many people?
If you go to the facts, if you go to the evidence, then we clearly see that whatever the Japanese were being taught was fraudulent. It was fake. It wasn't true.
To them, it was true.
I understand. To a lot of people, what Donald Trump says is true.
That's where I'm going.
Make it true.
That's where I'm going.
Debunk that.
Well,
that's that, and I mean that's kind of that's it in a nutshell, and that's the reason why I get like a little overexcited when I talk to you about this particular subject is because you have this mindset that somebody has a different opinion, facts don't matter. Because if people will believe that fraudulent opinion, the facts don't matter because a bunch of people believe it. It's just as that's
Steve,
what your fact that you have proof.
Steve, what you're just not willing to accept is what other people's opinion of the facts are. Facts are facts. Yes, they are. If you can lay it down there in black and white and see it and add it up in math, and this is what the facts show, those are the facts. But there are people out there who will never accept that, and you cannot accept that they cannot accept it. That is your problem.
It's not that I can't accept that they won't accept it. I understand they won't accept it.
Okay.
What the problem is that they are the ones that don't want to look at the evidence until the evidence supports what they want it to support.
It matters not.
And that's your inherent problem. They're not acting in good faith.
You are not accepting.
They are wanting to look at the facts when the facts support what they want it to support, and then when somebody shows them facts that don't support what they want it to support, they go, "Oh, well, that's just your opinion."
You ever been down on?
That's a cop out.
Have you ever been down there on the river and taken a picture of the river, nice and dark river, the White Oak River? That's your neck of the woods, and the picture comes out with the bottom that the river is blue. Have you ever taken a picture like that? That river looks gorgeous blue. It ain't blue, by the way. It's dark. It's for a reflection of the sky if it's a clear blue day. So the river's not blue, but in your picture, it will look blue.
I get that, right, but it's not blue. And how do you know it's not blue? Because you know the facts, and the fiction does not permeate that. You know
cannot,
it's not blue. You're saying even though this appears to be blue, the facts say it's not really blue. It's a reflection of the sky. So that's my point exactly right there, Rayford, is that you say facts matter when it supports what you want it to support, but then when it goes against what you support, you say the facts are always just your opinion.
I did not say that. I have not said that.
The problem is in these debates, we don't have a moderator or a judge to say this is fact, and you do not. Neither one of you get to dispute that. This is evidence, and I'm entering it. I'm allowing it to be entered as evidence.
Well, who would you believe?
And regardless of what your opinion is, this judge says you cannot ignore this evidence.
Who would you believe? Who would you believe?
Sorry?
Who would you believe in today's society? What side? The GOP, the radical elements of the GOP, the radical elements of the Democrat Party. Who would you believe to say what is actually fact and what is not?
Okay, that's a good question. That's a valid question, Rayford. I'm glad you asked that.
Mm-hmm.
What gets me, what I would look at is that when you have a Republican that has made an accusation and you have all of his administration and all of his White House lawyers and all these Republicans that's on his team that comes out and tells you that he's wrong. But then that's not good enough. If they are labeled rhinos and not real Republicans and you can't trust them. Anytime somebody has an opposing view to this particular man, they're wrong. Right off the bat, and the premise for this is that he has to be an honest man who never lies.
Was Bill Clinton an honest man?
I don't think he was.
You don't think he was?
But nobody nowhere is trying to defend everything Bill Clinton said. They might be some sycophants out there,
you don't
but I'm not.
think he was an honest man?
And I don't know anybody who has ever.
How about
the way people
John
mad about Trump? Not
John
y'all.
Kennedy? Was John Kennedy an honest man?
Junior or senior?
I don't think anybody's 100% honest.
Okay.
I think people will do what, and a lot of times, especially with politicians, will do what interests them.
Mm-hmm.
It suits their interests in most situations.
Who was the most honest politician in your lifetime that you can remember? That you know of?
The first name jumps out in my head is John McCain.
He was honest all the way through.
I ain't gonna say he's 100% honest, but I believe he had integrity, and integrity usually promotes honesty.
Mm-hmm. Integrity and honesty are not the same thing.
They're not, but they tend to be traits that are held similarly by people. Like if you hold one, usually if you have integrity,
mm-hmm.
then it makes you not want to be a liar.
Mm-hmm.
If you lie, your integrity is.
Do you think there are people who are trained that there are people in this country who are trained to lie? Do you think there are people who are trained to lie for a living?
Yes.
Of course. Yes.
What sort of people do you think they have integrity? Now you're hedging.
Wait a minute. There's context required here. If you're talking about a covert agent who works for the CIA who has trained in tradecraft and how to deceive people, that's a different, aspect than a politician who is trained themselves to deceive.
How about just some drug guy?
On the context of why their job requires them.
How about a drug cop who goes out there and do you think that in the days of what was it? If I ask you if you're a police officer, you got to tell me the truth. Do you think that was a TV show who did that?
No,
yeah,
I don't.
I forgot what that was. Anyway,
but like I say, that is in context.
So how would you ever trust somebody like that to even run for office?
I give you that. I give you that. That would be something I'd have to ponder on. I can't really give you a knee-jerk answer for that.
Okay.
That would be something that requires some deeper thought. And
All right, Steve. Thank you. Good conversation, sir.
Thank you, guys.
All
Y'all
right.
have a blessed day.
Yeah, you
Bye-bye.
too. You're live and local Real Talk. And we got another caller here, I think. Good morning. Who's this?
Yes. Hey, good morning. This is Bill.
Hey, Bill. How are you?
Hey, good. Hey, I'd gotten an Amber Alert in my phone last week, and it made me think that as kids get born, I know here at Onslow they used to take a footprint of the child right away, and I don't know if that's done nationwide.
I think the hospitals take a footprint, but I'm not sure it's widespread. And of course, those prints can kind of change as the kid gets older. Of course.
Yeah. But the thing I was thinking was just that for, helping the families and helping the police, should a child come up missing or kidnapped, that they had laws that made the cruise missile guidance system put in commercial aircraft that are going overseas and stuff to try and prevent hijackings and intercept drug stuff, and have it operated from air traffic controllers. And they made that a law back in the 1960s. And, that put those cruise missile guidance systems in every airport to put in planes if you wanted it in your airplanes, And it just made me wonder that here's, something very simple that's always one of the most difficult things for people to police, to recover kids, and then positively identify that this is the kid, that they do a blood test at birth and take the footprints and a DNA swab. If DNA is as accurate as they say it is, and they have the stuff to verify, check it, verify that this is correct, and this is the person down to, who the father or mother is, may be the reason why they don't do it.
Is that the kind of overreach that you think our government should be involved in, Bill?
No, I don't, because it's the government that has to fix the problem should it happen.
Mm-hmm. So
And
let me give you a real quick let me give you an example, Bill.
For the parents
up until
who want to get their kid back.
Up until recently, when I had to get my concealed carry permit renewed, I don't know whether it's still the case now or not, but I had to give fingerprints at that time it was every 5 years. I had to give you a set of fingerprints every 5 years, like my fingerprints were going to change, right?
Yeah. Well, they're not sure if someone's doubling you, though. If they made themselves look like you, talk like you, come in, hey, I'm Rayford, hey, Rayford, how you doing? And, and they're, they can make doubles with all the different cosmetic drugs they have. You see it in acting and all that stuff all the time.
Okay.
And, how many Jane Fonders were out there. And,
Only
and
one,
even
thank
Donald
God.
Trump, some of the stuff he gets accused of. From the time he became famous in the 1970s as the youngest self-made millionaire,
he wasn't
how many
self-made.
doubles were made of him, So, no, if he was being groomed to be the president,
He was not self-made. We all know that. He was left $1 million to do with it as he pleased.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I think he was left $1 million by his daddy, wasn't he?
I have no clue.
That's not being self-made.
Hey, when I was growing up, just the headlines said, the youngest self-made millionaire.
We got to take a break here, Bill.
Money from his father. And I don't even know who his father was.
Yeah, Mr. Trump. We got to take a break, sir. Okay.
Yeah, but it just made me, like if lawmakers could make that, put it on police records that you have just for identification purposes.
I don't want my kids' fingerprints and stuff on police records.
Yeah.
Unless they've violated a law.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, I don't know. I just see it would be much better for the parents and the people trying to find the child, And again, also to disqualify doubles, in the case of that. I see no problem with giving fingerprints every time, you have to buy a gun. It doesn't bother me any. I'll roll my fingers. I don't care.
Okay.
And then what do you call it? If you want to purchase a gun, you get a clean record. Why is this going to bother you? Just for verification of who you are. I mean, it's doubles of people everywhere.
Okay.
So lookalikes,
All right, Bill. Thank you, sir.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Bill.
All right, let's take a break here. Live and local, Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Now that the grass is growing, it's going to need mowing. Wallace Outdoor Power Products, 1321 North Norwood Street, downtown Wallace, does expert mower repair in addition to being an authorized Cub Cadet dealer. Wallace Outdoor Power Products carries a full line of battery-operated DeWalt tools, including blowers, chainsaws, power drills, and many other power tools, completely cordless. In addition to Wallace Outdoor Power Products, RW Auto Repair Service at the same location can help with better gas mileage by keeping your vehicles in top running condition. Wallace Outdoor Power Products and RW Auto Repair, 1321 North Norwood Street, Wallace. Phone 910-285-5030. Owner Richard Williams looks forward to serving you this spring with expert mower and auto repair service.
In a season of falling temperatures and rising energy bills, your local Bryant professional is always ready, standing by to protect your home's comfort and defend you from uncomfortable temperatures and the higher energy bills associated with them. Ready to do whatever it takes for your home, your family, and you to be comfortable without breaking the bank. Because when the temperature falls, that's when your local Bryant professional turns up the heat efficiently.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this winter. Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, serving our community for over 25 years. Also, Down East can help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today at 346-4311.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
Good morning, you bad, beautiful bosses. This is Carrie Cobb, your boss mortgage broker from Empire Financial, NMLS 1987537.
And good morning, beautiful people. This is Donna Riggs, your local realtor, here with LPT Realty in Onslow County and the surrounding areas of North Carolina. Your boss tip for today is to stop renting and start owning, because now is the right time to buy a home. Contact our team and let us help you approach the home buying process the boss way by building opportunities through simple solutions.
Text or call your lender today at 910-382-2188 or your realtor at 910-340-0224. Empire Financial, NMLS 2108504. Equal opportunity employer and housing lender. Visit empirefi.com for terms and conditions. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things cost less. Down the street on the Richlands Highway here in Jacksonville and Main Street in Maysville. How about whole boneless pork loin, just $1.59 a pound? St. Louis style ribs, just $2.19 a pound. Whole sirloin tip is only $3.79 a pound. Fresh fried leg quarters in a 10-pound bag is only 39 cents a pound. Single pack T-bone steak, just $10.99 a pound. And whole top blade is only $3.99 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store. And they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's farm chicken. Over in the garden, extra large Canada cantaloupes, just $2.99 each. White or red seedless grapes, $1.99 a pound. Crisp, tender broccoli crowns, just $1.99 a pound. Sweet, ripe peaches or nectarines are $1.99 a pound. And farm fresh zucchini or yellow squash is only $1.99 a pound. And juicy honeydew melons are only $3.99 each. And you get 3 2-liter size Pepsis or Mountain Dews for $5. It's 3 2-liters for just $5. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store where good things cost less. Down home, down the street on the Richlands Highway in Jacksonville and Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with the pig.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back. And Tim, good morning. How are you?
Trying to calm you down a little bit right now. Friday and Monday. God almighty no.
Too late.
I'm so glad though you brought up about, and I was thinking it Friday the whole time the discussion was going on. I was thinking about the Dewey Truman election.
Yeah.
Facts are facts. When everybody went to bed, Dewey won, and that was the end of it. But when they got through counting electoral votes, what was it, a couple of days later? I wasn't born then. My history's a little off. A day or two later, when they counted the electoral votes, Truman won. So the facts are facts. But I'll give you a prime example. I'm talking about fraudulent facts. And this real quick. I was on a trail ride one day, and this lady, she rode with us, and she was talkative, and she talked about a horse. And that night, they were sitting around the campfire, and the Budweiser kicked in on her a little bit, and she got talking about her horse. Oh, my horse, her desire was this, and the dam was off of this, and she's got this bloodline, and she's got that bloodline. And I'm just sitting there listening, and all of a sudden I looked at her. I said, "You say that at the old Frank over there?" "Oh, yeah." I said, "He's a nails first Appaloosa. Look at him. The markings show it." I said, "But now," and this was 20-some years ago. I said, "But for $40, I said, all it takes is $40. I can send in the paperwork, and he will come back as a registered Tennessee walking horse with his own ID number and everything, and it will be factual." I said, "It's not the truth." And there's a difference between the truth and facts. Facts and truth are not always the same. And it tickles me what I know what you're trying to get Steve to realize, and he don't want to realize it. But it just tickles me to death to ride up and down this highway listening to this. And when you brought up the election with doing Truman, he hit the nail on the head then, boy. But yeah, I appreciate you doing
I'm
that.
old. I know these things. You know, it's a whole.
You're old.
Tim, it's a whole lot like a little deal here. In many states, and it may be in all of the states, I don't know. If I were born with a I don't know 1/15, 1/16 of me with African American blood in me, my parents can identify me as white or black,
right,
on the birth certificate. Did you know that? I mean,
Yeah,
Obama was not 50% black. You understand that, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm Welsh, Native American, and African. So figure it out. What am I?
I understand. You're Heinz 57. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what most of us in this country are.
Exactly.
Except for Kelly. She's 198% Irish.
100%.
Except she's got blonde hair instead of red.
This red under Tom's bed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it's just, now, was there fraudulent in the election? Can we prove it? We will be in about 10 years. Give us 10 more years. Somebody's going to really go back and do this and do this. Some independent people are going to go back and say, "Oh yeah, we found this, and here's the evidence." But that's not the only election we've ever had that probably had problems.
There you go.
That had it going. So what's the big deal?
Well,
Let it go.
and first of all, there was fraud. It's been proven there was fraud in the election. Okay, there's fraud in every election. There are people that go out there and con the system. We know that. Would it have made any difference if every vote that was cast was changed to support the other person? If that was ever, would it have made any difference in the outcome? And the general consensus is I'm not going to say everybody, but I'm saying the general consensus is among the realistic individuals, no. Biden beat him. Was there fraud? Absolutely. The one person, because I can give you one person right now, I forgot she's in Illinois, but she goes on TV and admits, and they found all the facts to prove she was right. She said she voted for her because her mother and her aunt and her cousin and her whoever, I think five people. She went and voted in different precincts for them. So therefore, yes, there was fraud committed. Was there enough fraud committed to make a change, a difference in the outcome of that election? No. Done.
Because you got to understand, the electoral votes is what puts them in anyway.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, some people have won the popular vote, but it didn't win the electoral vote.
That's happened a lot.
Right.
On both sides.
But no, I wanted to kind of stick with you on that because I know what you've been trying to say. And I mean, as dumb as I am, I'm just old trashy truck driver. But I
say that.
You're not as old as I am, so therefore you're not old, and no, you're not trashy. You may be a truck driver, but whatever.
I feel old. God knows I feel old.
So do I.
I mean, I trimmed horses Saturday, and I had one that was so bad I had to flip her over, and the horse was sitting there growling. Oh, and the lady said, "What's wrong with you?" She's waiting on me to kill her. I had her back feet up in the air, both of them. I had one tied and one trimmed, but I trimmed it.
Oh my gosh.
And the woman said, "My God, what in the world?" I don't know. I said, "Well, the farrier that I used to have used to come in here and juice it." I said, "Okay, but here's your problem with that. I'm not a veterinarian. That's called practicing medicine without a license."
Yep.
And I said, "I don't want you owning my 15-acre farm."
There you go.
Do it. If I stuck that needle in that horse and it died, you can sue me and get my farm. I said, "So I'm not going to do it."
Okay. Hey, Tim.
I'll see y'all.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
Tim.
We do appreciate it. You're
Bye,
live on
Tim.
Local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME, and we'll be right back.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246 CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Dozens of homes are destroyed by a tornado in Georgia. President Biden's issued an emergency declaration for Mississippi. At least 25 people are killed there, one in Alabama in tornadoes Friday night.
Through federal funding, the White House says that things like temporary housing and loans for uninsured properties will become available for those residents in Mississippi counties pummeled by the storm. Homeland Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas was on the ground yesterday in Rolling Fork, Mississippi. He took a tour of the small Delta community, which residents say is really nothing but a hollowed shell.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff. Demonstrations in Israel after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu fires his defense minister for opposing a plan giving his government more power over the courts.
Tens of thousands taking to the streets of Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. Bonfires on the streets and water cannon in response. The White House is calling for an urgent compromise to be found.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
And we are back here. Thank you guys for joining in this morning. We love hearing from all of you and your personal opinions and the facts of the story as you see them.
Absolutely.
And the facts of the story as we see them.
Right.
And then there are the facts of the story.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I need to talk about something.
Okay. We're back. Headphones.
So it was brought to my attention this weekend by somebody here with Onslow County Schools that there is a social media platform that we need to spread the word about which can have some very dangerous connotations and implications for our children here.
What kind of?
It's even cropped up here in Onslow County. So it's called Omegle.
Oh, what?
Omegle.
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 Mm-hmm.
Omegle.
No.
And you go to omegle.com.
Omego.
Omegle. Omegle. That's how it's pronounced.
OMEGLE.
Okay. But it's pronounced Omegle.
Gotcha.
So it is billed as being able to talk to strangers with no oversight. So they've got kids, even here locally, as young as, first, second, and third graders that have been found accessing this social media platform. And now there's a concern. It's become popular with predators for kids.
Is it on any other platform? Is it just that platform?
You go to omegle.com and it's you can do text and video chat. It's anonymous.
They might think it is, but it won't be.
I know. Yeah, well, that's what they are. But they're like, it's a dangerous concept. It does not require a sign up, an account, or anything. There's no safeguards in place.
Strangers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Great way to meet new friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and other perverts.
And they say predators have been found to use this platform for sexual grooming and exploitation. Yeah. So
to help you stay safe, chats are anonymous unless you tell someone who you are not recommended, and you can stop a chat at any time. See, our terms are yada yada yada. Must be 18 or older to use.
Yeah, and like a punching in the dress.
Okay, so hey, little girlie, how old are you?
Yeah,
I was born in 1969.
Mm-hmm. Well, in 2021, the BBC did an investigation. Let me tell you what they found. And this was 2 years ago with this platform. They found live streaming masturbation, child porn, and in 2 hours, the site paired the investigators twice with pre-adolescent boys masturbating live on the camera.
Really?
So they also found parents who had reported sexual violence against children as young as 8 years old, and the predators asked their children to do sexual acts or to watch the predator do things to themselves. Parents were, when they started finding this, they found out that this is a problem. So, and they're like, parents don't realize, because anyone can go online and get this, and you don't have to download an app. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they said predators with children and gaining their trust, they start asking them to do things. They've even given the child's home location and everything, or they find using the IP address.
I just signed up.
This is problem
without naming or anything else, and it says you're now chatting with a random stranger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stand with the Chinese people against the CCP. And then the stranger says, hi.
Somebody's already, I'm watching Rayford's count. They're literally chatting with Rayford right now. Yeah.
Wow.
It's scary to think what.
So my response was, hey.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them you're a 15-year-old girl.
No, don't do that yet.
Not yet. Let's see who it is. See what it is.
This is what
this is really weird.
I'm telling you, and parents don't realize how kids get tangled up in it, because kids, a lot of them are so naive.
And they didn't ask me for a birth date. They just said, are you 18?
And you
said
yes.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Of course.
And kids are accessing this. Yeah.
What does it say? Stand with the Chinese people against?
I don't see what that is.
The
Chinese
CCP?
Communist Party.
Yeah.
Wow. This is really
well,
strange.
they're not responding. So anyway.
But there's a lot of things. You can go on here and pick your topic. Yeah.
Maybe they're watching you through your camera.
Yeah.
No, it's not on. It's disabled.
So there's a bunch of parents have begun to file lawsuits. And there was the most prominent one is a multi-million-dollar lawsuit involving a young girl only known as AM. And in 2014, this was quite a while ago, when she was 11, they matched her with a now convicted pedophile. and he
Mm.
started demanding and grooming her. Then she wanted her to find new children for him to prey on. And there's a site on here, but they're telling parents, this is why I tell parents all the time. Look, when your kids, you need to monitor your children's internet use. This site is scary. And the fact that it is so easy to access, you don't have to download an app. There's no sign up. If this doesn't frighten you as a parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, neighbor, this should bug you. And children here in Onslow County have been using this site. Parents don't know. And this is awful. And the fact that some of these predators are finding ways to figure out who these kids are, even tracking their IP address, because that'll lead you to someone's house. This is scary, scary stuff. Scary stuff. This is awful. So parents, caregivers, babysitters, loved ones, grandparents, check your kids' phones, check your kids. Know what your children are accessing.
Have they have they answered you?
I'm going to fight my daughter right now.
Uh-oh.
Her and her best friend as teenagers were on this website, they said. I'm going to kill you.
As teenagers?
Yeah. Y'all got me on my daughter.
So it's been around that long?
Yeah.
I thought he said it was more or less born during the COVID
No,
era.
apparently not. It just got super popular during COVID. Because my daughter just turned 30 and she was on there as teenagers. I'm going to get her. I am going. See, that's what I'm talking about, parents.
You're busted
know
out,
what
lady.
your kids are up into. And I used to monitor their stuff. That's his thing. So they clearly figured out how to get around me on that one.
Sure they
Honey, we're going to
did.
have a talk when I get off here today.
Well,
I need to figure out how
that's
she
gonna
did it.
Don't worry about it, Megan.
Yeah. Because I'm going to put it out there for other parents. Because
Yeah.
I used to monitor. I was like,
And she
they
got
had
by
to show
you.
me she got by me. Yeah.
We
So I
all
need
knew how to
figure out
get by
she
our
did it.
parents, though, didn't we?
There's a few times she thought she did and didn't. She learned. She found out.
And
The
then you
neighbors still
learn
talk
more
about that.
later.
I'm about to find out how she did it.
Well, now you've told us stories about how you got around your mama.
I know. Oh yeah.
Megan, are you listening?
She knows some of the stories.
Yes.
They get repeated at Thanksgiving dinner a lot.
Oh, sure. Yeah. It's, why is that that's always the dinner everybody has to remash all the things that you did?
Let me tell you how my daughter accessed this at her friend's house because the friend's mom let them do whatever they wanted.
There you go.
Oh.
I'm not surprised.
Good. Monitor your children's friends.
Yeah, I say it all the time.
She's sitting there trying not to laugh right now.
This friend usually spent time at my house for the most part because I knew
Okay,
the mom.
TikTok.
Yeah.
150 million Americans, according to the weekend publications, the news.
Yeah.
150 million, half of all Americans, and that includes every child of the age of 1 week and more, have TikTok subscriptions. We have politicians who have a majority right now in the House who want to make that illegal in this country.
Right. I could
Because
spend
of the
hours
ties with
watching
China.
TikTok.
First of
My
all,
daughter watches TikTok.
should we do that? It's Chinese owned and operated, Chinese controlled, Chinese. Let me ask y'all, should you be able to sign up for something like that in this country? As an American, as a normal American.
Sadly, probably, but you just know the risk it takes. I see what you're saying. I see both sides of the argument.
So should you, as a congressman who has a security clearance, as a Marine who has a security clearance, as a police officer who has a security clearance, as any elected official who has a security clearance, or any employee of any agency that requires the security clearances, should any of those have a computer that is capable of being monitored by the Chinese government?
No, they should not have an account. And some people have lost their jobs over stuff like that, over
they have.
TikTok. I know some of somebody in DC, they are forbidden. I have a friend that lives up there. They are forbidden from having a TikTok. Now, just like clearly my kid will find ways around it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, go to your neighbor's house.
Yeah, go to your neighbor's house and do it. Yeah. Scary. I hear what you're saying. I agree with you, but it's scary. It's scary. And people don't realize.
I'm torn.
I'm
because
torn. I see both sides.
I do not think that our government should be interfering with our personal lives
I agree.
unless unless we have certain security clearances or certain avails to information that
Mm-hmm.
you don't have.
I agree with you, Ray, and I'll give you a prime example of why I agree with you. I have a smart TV. I have a bunch of smart TVs in my house.
So
But
do I.
the one in the bedroom is the one that we moved from downstairs when I got my new one at Christmas to our bedroom.
What's that address?
So anyway, sometimes and recently it happened the other day as well. Somehow it is connected to something that I hear it's either signing on or off. It makes that bong. I cannot find it in the settings anywhere, but it's very evident that it is happening. And
does the camera ever just
I don't
pop
know.
on?
I don't know where the camera on the TV is. I don't. That's what made me nervous. Or if someone's listening, I mean, I don't want to hear anything. Me talking to my dog, but whatever. But my point
you
is,
talk to your dog like you're talking to Robin?
Yes, that's Jack. Of course I do. He's my sweet baby. Yes.
We both have a Jack.
Mm-hmm. She has a Jack and I have a Jack.
Yeah.
I got her, Jill. Forget it.
But my point is, it
And
makes
the
me
Shocky.
nervous. And when I watched that movie, Luther, on Netflix, yesterday, it's an excellent movie, by the way.
I haven't seen it.
But because I knew London from having friends that live there, they've got security on lockdown there in terms of cameras. On that movie, they show how they were accessing people's internet in their homes. The police they were monitoring because they're looking for bad people, but they had like Ring doorbell, they had TV, and they switched on the person's TV and they could see what they were doing in the room.
Right.
They went through Facebook, they had TikTok, they had all that. And that was what triggered my memory of Friday hearing that bong on the TV when I was in there watching. And it's either, I think it's signing onto the internet, but I don't know, but I cannot find it, Rayford. So yeah, it's scary. I need to figure out how to go in there and get rid of it. I don't know how. I don't want somebody spying on me. I mean, I'm not going to see anything, but it's still not
Well,
the
I
point.
told you that's why I disconnected.
That's why we got rid of our Google in our house.
Some of my ADT security system.
It talked to us.
Because I'd be sitting there in the inside monitor would all of a sudden come on. And I'm like, well, why are you on? The red light would come on.
That's
I mean,
what
I
you can
unplugged
see.
it and put it up because I'm like, well, who's watching me? That's very
that
scary.
was me.
It's scary, but it is scary that people can access that. So
Yes.
I see both sides of what you're saying, Ray. Do this website though here is a problem for parents. These kids get into this thinking innocent, and they are so, especially young children. I can't imagine my grandson going on here. Well, he'd quiz them to death. They'd leave him alone for his 50 million questions. But and he's so literal, he'll tell us everything. But not every child would. Clearly, look at mine.
What's a DT?
Oh, Rayford, stop.
What?
We need to take a commercial break, and I'll tell you what that means.
Or
Did
they
it ask you that?
It says no.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my Lord, Rayford, stop! Don't
wait,
say. Please don't. You're gonna get us kicked
this.
off here by the FCC. Do not read that sentence.
Okay, wait a minute.
Do not read that.
I can't
sentence.
make heads or tails on
Rayford,
that.
Just we need to take a break. Let's get off here. You know what that means, don't you?
You're live on
Rayford.
Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Let's just go to something that's nice and safe for a while, like the weather. What do you think? Tornadoes and all that sort of stuff everywhere, but it's safer than this internet. Good gracious,
I'm telling you, you learned how quick a kid can be groomed, just like that. Or access. That's scary. Yeah.
That is disturbing.
It's very disturbing. Parents, y'all don't understand.
Parents.
Rayford was on here, what, less than 5
5
6 7?
minutes.
Yeah. And Rayford got propositioned. Yes. This is scary.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Y'all, parents, go grab your kids' computers and put them in the bathtub and turn the water on.
Check the history
best
so
thing
you can see
do.
that they're on here. Check their phones. I'm
Lord
serious.
have
Yeah.
mercy.
Have a conversation with them about getting off this platform.
And if you're real, why don't you run on down to Tie-Line Marine and take your kid with you and get into something that's worthwhile, like fishing or boating or whatever.
Or both. Yeah.
Take a kid fishing and leave their computer, probably at the bottom of the river. That would be the safest thing right now.
Now it would be.
The safest thing you can do. Take your kid's computer and the cell phone, the smartphone, then go buy them a flip phone. With nothing else accessible on it.
That old flip phone.
They'll get them a flip phone. I got probably a half dozen around here. They won't access
Hey,
anything.
Walmart will give you money for those.
Will they?
Yeah.
Wonder what they want with them.
I'll be
They're
rich.
looking for any type of old laptops, electronic,
Oh
like
my God, I got probably 50 in here. I won't give them a hard drive with them. I take the hard drives out before I throw them away.
Kind of creepy.
That is really creepy. Maybe they're going to repurpose them and send them down to Argentina.
I don't know.
Like they do with a lot of old cars and stuff.
Need to send it to Mississippi.
I need an old car. I want somebody to hook me up with an old car.
So something you can work on?
No, something I can use prior, made prior to we'll go with 72. Yeah, so in an EMP attack, it'll run.
Yeah, that's true.
I know, that's why I want one.
No chips, no nothing.
Yeah, I don't have nothing in it. I just need to find one that runs decently.
Try it out at Tie-Line Marine. Take a kid there and show him or her. There are as many young ladies, young children, male, female, as it doesn't matter what the gender is. Take them down and let them start looking at some of the fishing lures, some of the fishing tackle.
Teach 'em.
A gentleman came in and bought his kid something on Saturday. And it was a female, little girl.
Aw.
She wanted a fishing pole.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's,
I love
they're,
it.
they're teaching them right.
Yeah.
And that would be great. Buy them a fishing pole. There are some inexpensive ones there, some others as well, but you take them down and get them a little fishing pole, something they can take with them to go fishing. That would be fun.
Yeah.
There is nothing like watching your kid bringing in his or her first fish.
I agree with that. I remember mine.
Oh my God. That is so much fun to watch that happen. Tie-Line Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street, on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. And if you haven't introduced your spouse whether you're a male or female, if you haven't introduced your other half to fishing, now's a good time to do it.
It's relaxing.
There are a lot of women who fish.
Till you get
One-
caught up with, but yeah, it's
One
relaxing.
gentleman came in, he bought a boat, and he
Mhm.
says, I bought it because my wife likes fishing more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
Aw,
Last week. Seriously, he did
guy.
that.
what a
And,
good guy.
I'm
he-
taking applications.
What a good guy.
Well, there's plenty of boats down there right now. So
I'm talking about a man with a
talking
boat.
about
I
a man with a
understand.
boat.
Well,
Yeah.
if
That's
they
right.
don't have a boat, they can buy a
Taking
boat and then
applications.
take you for a ride, right?
Right. I want to go fishing.
Yeah. You want to go, but you want? You want to clean the fish?
I can do that. I want to pull along too.
A water along?
Pull along.
She wants to be launched in the air like you do.
Oh,
with
you talking
Valley.
about a
Yeah.
towable tube?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
they have those down there, right?
Oh, they do.
There you go.
They got some for you and 2 or 3 of your friends on it at the same time. I can reach some.
Right.
And he will launch you about 50
Let's
feet
see.
up
So
in
I
the air.
get you and Megan and
Uh-huh. Lee,
Lee and maybe
Candy.
Candy and then Allie and Robbie.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we got a tube down there
That's
to
a
hold
video
all of
right
y'all.
there.
Oh, yes.
I can get all of y'all airborne at the
And,
same time.
he would and try.
Oh,
to,
I guarantee I
I've-
get you airborne.
That's happened to me. I mean, yeah.
They've
I've
lives
been
for
there,
that
done
kind of
that,
stuff.
but that would be
Mm,
fun.
mm, mm, mm. So, yeah. Anyway, they got all that stuff. The water's warming up, so now's your time to get on down. If they don't have the tubes in stock that you want, tell them to make sure they get one for you. Go ahead and place the order, because once the season is really here and that water temperature is up, it's going to be hard to find those tubes.
True.
It takes a little longer to get them.
Mhm.
Okay.
They got 'em at
Tideline Marine,
Sam's
150 on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Offshore today. Brr. Southwesterly winds 10 to 15. Not bad, but then increasing to 15 to 20 this afternoon. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, becoming choppy this afternoon. Tomorrow, northeasterly winds 10 to 15, gusts to 25 in the morning, seas 2 to 4, sounds and rivers a moderate chop. And on Wednesday, northerly winds 10 to 15, increasing to 15 to 20 in the afternoon, then becoming northeasterly 10 to 15 in the evening, seas 2 to 4 feet.
Today, I don't know, cloudy. There's some
I
rain
can look
according
out
to
there and
this,
see
but it
that.
looks like it's just cloudy right now. High of 79 today. A little bit gusty today as well. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low of 54. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high of 69. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, low of 44. And on Wednesday, mostly sunny, a high of 63. Wednesday's going to be our chilliest day temperature-wise during the day.
63 is going to be
and
just
gusty.
nice.
I think
I'll take the gust.
anything below 70 is cold to me.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be cold.
Well, it'll be cold, but you got a jacket.
Yeah.
Hey, Jennifer, how are you?
Good morning. How are y'all? I had to call in and call and weigh in on the whole cell phone deal and all that. It definitely starts with parents. And our son went on a field trip with our youngest granddaughter to Raleigh Friday to the museum and some of the Capitol buildings and that kind of stuff up there. I don't know where all they went, but anyways, he told me, he said, I got so aggravated at parents. He said, other dads walking around and the whole time on their cell phone.
Yep.
He said their children's going, Dad, look at this. He said they were in the Museum of History, and the
It's a beautiful
dinosaurs and all
place.
this. He said the kids are just all excited, and the dads are just looking down at the phone, going, He
Clueless.
said, and then what really got me was when I forget which building it was that went in, and he said, and there's dads that didn't even have enough respect to take their hats off. He said,
Oh,
"There
really?
Oh,
Those are good old boys.
Yeah, and he said, he said it was all I could do to remember, okay, I'm here with my daughter and my stepson, because he took him with him. He said, it's not a time to call somebody out. He said, I'm just going to pay attention to the kid. He said that kids that could not get their parents' attention, he said, I actually was saying, hey, that's really cool. Come over here and But he said that parents just walking around on. He said, why would you even sign up to go on a field trip if you're not going to be engaged with it? Just walking around on your cell phone the whole time. So, yeah, and that's the parents that aren't paying any attention to what your children in the 4th grade are looking at on their cell phone. And that's just
it's terrible.
what I wanted to weigh in on that. And I've got one more thing I want to stir y'all about. What's up with the Bulldogs in Jacksonville?
The Bulldogs.
There's one in front. I mean, I know what they're for.
You talking about the pit bulls?
Who's supposed to be pushing them? There's one in front of the fire station.
That's for the Marine Corps.
That's for
That's
Camp
for the
Lejeune.
Marine. Yeah, that's for the base, for the
Yeah.
mascot. Marine Corps mascot.
Yeah, that's Chesty Puller's dog.
It just kind of fizzled.
Yeah.
There's one at Marine Federal. There's one at Jones Onslow. There's only like 5 or 6. But you can go to New Bern and the blooming bears are everywhere.
Yeah.
Blooming bears.
You know what? If I was a bear, I would be ashamed of being in New Bern and watch those little painted little bears up there. They look so
that's true.
quaint.
But, I mean, I get it, but if it's supposed to be a good way of, the
Connecting.
chamber or whatever and making money and all this, I think somebody ought to be pushing it.
Well, I thought you were talking about pit bulls around people's homes and stuff like that. I know what they're there for. They're lookouts.
No.
Chained
I'm
up
talking
and
about
for drug dealers.
The bears out in front of the businesses that the business sponsor bears.
Yeah.
I mean, the dog.
Yeah.
And the dog because of the military, but because of the Marines. But you don't never hear anything about them. And I just didn't know if it was something that had kind of fizzled or what. Because I think it's kind of cute.
It is
to drive
cute.
by and see the little bulldogs. I look at the one in front of the fire department every single day.
Yeah, I like that dog coming out of the doghouse. Perfect.
Yeah, right there. So I mean, I was just saying, I didn't know what had happened to them. But yeah, that was just me calling in with my 2 cents worth. So y'all have a good day.
You
Thank
too,
you.
Jennifer.
Best to Terry.
Bye-bye.
We got somebody else going to be calling just a little bit to weigh in on that Omegle.
I shut it down.
It must be her right now.
I didn't know what he was.
Yeah, I don't know. It was getting interesting.
I could
Let me tell y'all,
I could not
Rayford-
translate it, so I don't know. I have a clue what it is.
Rayford has gotten more messages on this site. Like I said, I made him, thank goodness we had to go to break before he got us an FCC violation. I explained him what they were saying to him. But Rayford got propositioned, less than 5 minutes into this
About
conversation.
32 seconds.
Yeah, and then it started back again.
And I don't know whether it was a male or
scary,
female.
parents. Very scary.
Good morning. Who's this?
This is Melissa Oakley,
Hey,
and
Melissa.
I am calling in to touch in on this Omegle conversation.
There you
because
go.
It's actually a part of my weekend, and I'm very thankful that you all are discussing this morning because it kind of kept me up Saturday. So it's something very, very serious to be talking about, especially when you're dealing with children that are elementary school age that are beginning to navigate towards this website. And so there was an occurrence this weekend, and I won't go into great detail because I don't want to identify any children or give any geographical information about them, but this was a matter of our county this weekend, and I did make a post about it on my official page. But there were young students that were in elementary schools in our county that were on this site and put themselves in a serious situation where they had met up with someone to play the spy game.
What's the spy game?
Yes.
Now y'all really
The
messing
spy
with me.
game is where I get on Omegle, hypothetically speaking, of course, because I know people like sound bites. But hypothetically speaking, you would be the 9-year-old and I would be the 50, 70, whatever year old person. I tell you, Rayford, don't tell your mommy and daddy that,
Really?
I'm going to meet up with you down the street. You'll get extra points if you tell me when mommy and daddy are not there. And if you come along and
Oh,
meet me,
y'all
in my
don't want
yellow
to go
car.
I'm
there.
gonna tell you, I would straight kiss
Y'all
somebody.
don't want to
Yeah.
go there.
Yeah.
First of all, the kids will get
Yeah.
whooped, and then the other person will get whatever.
Well, unfortunately, in today's society, parents are not as attentive.
I agree with that.
And you know, that's scary to me because parents really need to be checking their children's personal devices. This site is now blocked by the school district. Thanks
Thank
to IT.
God.
They work 7 days a week, 365 days a year, even on holidays and weekends. And I know this for a fact because when I get these reports on weekends and stuff like that, I contact our superintendent and work. So contrary to some people's belief, Onslow County Schools does care about the safety of children, whether it involves the school system being open or not. So I know that for a fact. But that was a situation from this weekend, and it really, really actually shook me. Thankfully, my own children didn't even know what a mega was, but there are some children out there that do. And to my understanding, this has also been an issue with potential sex trafficking. You know, human
I'm
trafficking,
sure.
kidnapping.
Well,
and it's obviously, like you said earlier, Chinese site. I don't really trust anything from China but clothes, and sometimes I wonder about that.
yeah, they got bugs in the line.
Yeah, and so I went on that website and I even dabbled with it myself just to see what is it hands-on, you know, to understand it. And the first thing I saw was when I put in a keyword in the site to try to have a chat was that it told me to say I support Chinese CCP or something like that. Yeah. And I was like, why am I like giving some kind of pledge to China? And you can watch live masturbation or participate in it and all kinds of stuff. And
Nothing. Yeah.
How do you prove it?
Rings, grooming.
How old are
sex
you?
trafficking.
I'm old enough.
The fact that the fact, Melissa, that here locally children were asked, when are your parents not home? That is so scary to me. And some of these kids are just so innocent, naive. They're going to freak because they're so trusting. They're going to just give this information out big time. It is scary.
Yeah, I mean, they actually believe they're playing the spy game and that they're getting extra points from their friend on this online platform for, walking down the street with whatever teddy bear or whatever, like, hey, bring a toy and you're going to get extra points. Or don't tell an adult, you'll get 5 extra points for the spy game.
I'm going to put a monitor on my daughter's computer. And she's over 50.
Yeah, she's my age. Yeah.
Because I actually don't want your daughter to get kidnapped. I love her. So.
Oh, yeah.
That's my buddy.
Well, they kidnap her. They'll bring her back soon because after she pops about 7 rounds at them.
Yeah. And she probably talked about flamingos for too long. So, they'll bring her back. Yeah. But thank y'all for bringing that up. I just wanted to pop in because it was so real this weekend, and it really shook me up because I don't think families understand that there are things out there that we don't know about. And it's not always that parents don't do anything. It's that they don't know. So when you know, you have to do something about it and have that conversation about stranger danger because the headliner of this thing says talk to strangers.
Well, that's a no-no. Not going to happen. No, go away.
And have that conversation often. Like my grandson, y'all all know is 8. He's about to be 9 in a couple of weeks. And he and I have had the stranger danger conversation since he was a small child. And he for the most part, hears it, but he's still, he's an 8-year-old kid who, he won't give you much information, but he'd give you some. But so you can't just have it one time. You have to repeatedly, parents, y'all can't just, one and done them and just say, okay, I've had a conversation every week or every couple of weeks, have it with them, especially now. These kids,
a regular thing. Yeah.
These kids are tech savvy. They're, sometimes more tech savvy than we adults are. They know. I never knew till, this weekend that this site ever existed. And I was one of those parents that kept a tight rein on my kids. Clearly not tight enough when I got one telling me she was on it when she was a teenager and she's 30 now. This actual site.
How long's this site been around?
It's been around a while, apparently.
That it's a very old site. Like this is supposed to be like a college age kid site. And I was like, I have never heard of it.
I never heard of it.
And I was I've always been the social media savvy girl, like even from AOL chat rooms. Okay?
Yeah, I had AOL chat
I was
room.
like, how did I never hear this.
I never knew it. Yep. And she, And so she would have been a teenager. She graduated from Northside in 2011. So that should tell y'all
Holy crap.
when she was a teenager.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she
Yep.
was on it then. That what she just said
Yep.
today when she texted here. And I never heard of this. And like I said, I thought I was on top of all of it. You know, I was that parent that monitored everything. And I always knew where my kid was. But apparently she's going to a friend's house doing this because she knew she couldn't do it at mine. So
Well,
that's what I'm
and that
saying.
was
It
Well,
happens.
you need to monitor your friend's house.
Well,
Her
which is
friend's
why the
house.
friend
that-
stayed with me for the most part. But yeah, periodically she went over there. Not very often, but yeah.
Yeah, that was a part of this weekend's ordeal. There was a
2009.
sleepover occurrence too, you know, where the group of girls got together. I mean, so the Omegle frenzy continued. It was between multiple children before it was over with. So, yeah, and I mean, it wasn't just, like I said, it wasn't just district devices, but because it did involve them, you know, and their personal ones, well, there was a responsibility on that part for when I learned about it. But it's wild. I mean, they were doing this at sleepovers because they get to see people and giggle and cackle and, you know, play the joke and get on there and get off. And they think it's cute until it's not.
That's scary.
Yeah. So it's scary. But other than that, I think people should be checking their kids' phones and devices anyway.
I do it all the time.
Because that should be a regular protocol because you just don't know what your kids are doing and saying and who they might be talking to. And Instagram is another one that is the predator's heaven, in my opinion. People will message kids on there and try to send pictures, get on chats and stuff, and leave them off of there and talk to them on Snapchat, which Snapchat disappears if you don't have your settings set up for they don't disappear for 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
So people need to make sure their kids have all these settings in line or just not be using the app, period. If you
Do
think your kid's not
not
mature enough,
do it.
Yeah, Rayford just
keep them
got
off of it.
propositioned here again.
Yeah, and oh, Rayford, you're gonna get kidnapped on Omegle.
He doesn't know.
They
his
even
son.
gave Rayford his their Snapchat name.
Oh,
No,
yes.
their- no, they gave Rayford their Snapchat.
He just
name.
doesn't know what some of
Yeah.
the acronyms
not a
mean.
clue.
We're
I think-
dying.
I'm like, Rayford, don't be saying this stuff
Rayford
out
might-
loud. Yeah.
Did Rayford finally take his shirt off like he was asked by that creeper?
No,
that
he
called
never
in?
did.
Every day I'd take my shirt off to take a shower.
Mhm.
My pants too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rayford's so disturbed by that, Melissa. You have no idea. Yeah. But now he's being
Don't let
propositioned.
Rayford get kidnapped out of the studio
don't-
this morning.
You gotta,
for being on Omegle.
you gotta understand. I used to work Vice too. Okay,
Yeah.
I got proposition for everything.
Yeah.
This is weird.
This is weird. Yeah. And this is scary because
On the
kids are
streets of
accessing.
Jacksonville, it wasn't nearly this strange.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
been
I mean,
propositioned twice,
it really
Melissa,
shook me up.
since you've been talking.
And I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm an adult. And I mean, I'm pretty tough when it comes to stuff,
Same.
but that shook me up. And to
This
think
is-
about it being
It's disturbing.
babies.
Yeah.
Sheriff,
Like,
if you're
little kids
listening,
don't have a clue.
Sheriff, if you're listening, you and I need to talk. You need to put one of these things in place with your Vice team.
Yeah, because I mean, the fact
Mm-hmm.
that these children are accessing, I mean, look at how
It's
quick
crazy.
Rayford got propositioned. Can you imagine these pedophiles on here that are, and they're putting in enough keywords where they know it's a kid they're talking to?
Uh-huh.
That's scary, scary, scary. And the fact, like Melissa just said, they wanted these children here in Onslow to tell them when their parents weren't home. That, oh my word, I just can't. Yeah.
Well, first of all,
and like you say, Kelly, if people just searched online, even on YouTube, there's YouTubers that have exposed these predators. I'm gonna call them what they are, predators.
they are predators.
By simply doing what Rayford's doing right now, but they will record it, and you can see where they will have girls on there that are saying they are 14 or 15 years old. The girls are telling the truth about their age, and these people are telling the truth about theirs. But as soon as the cop pops on and busts them for propositioning the girl for, hey, you want to show me something? You want to play a little bit? And what play means is they want to masturbate. They want to have video masturbation.
I will tell you what, at that point in time, I'm going to knock on your door
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
with my foot.
You're going to be
or a
knocking on the door by noon today at this point if you keep on.
You keep
playing
on,
that
I'm telling
stuff.
you.
or with a 10-pound hammer. I mean, if they get in there with the kids doing that,
Yeah.
that's when
Uh-huh.
the 10-pound hammer comes out. You open that door.
Melissa, they're going to
Craziness.
show up on
Yeah.
Rayford's doorstep today. That's what's going. They're going to
They
figure out
can't
where
find
he
this out.
lives.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
just scary.
They're gonna be like feeling
Parents.
cute going to
Yeah.
Rayford's
Well,
later.
you'll
Yeah.
have to deal with my wife if you do that.
We got Shockwave, the attack dog. No, we got the
No,
cat.
it got to Evinrude. The
Rayford's
attack cat.
demon cat, and
Oh,
his
I'm
hands.
still recovering.
Y'all
Look at
should
that-
see
look at
his
that knot that's
scar.
still there.
Yeah. Yeah. He finally
All
finished his
right. Well,
antibiotics, but
y'all
thank you,
so much.
Melissa.
I'm going to hop off.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Have
I
a good
just wanted
day.
to touch base. And thank you, Ray, for some further investigation. And please do just talk to our wonderful sheriff about it.
Oh, yeah.
will.
Me and the good sheriff, we're gonna have a chat very shortly.
Yeah.
So
Thanks,
All
anyway,
right. Y'all have a
Melissa.
great day and
All
a
right.
great
To you
week.
later.
Thank you.
I got some ideas for
bye.
that. You're
Bye.
live in local real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME, and we'll be.
Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only copper protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand, forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech, luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. It's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2022 in the flooring, covering, and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. Family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it. We stand behind it.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760. When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
All right, guys. There are perverts out there.
Yes.
Yes, there are.
Strange, weird people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, our kids are getting caught up in it.
Mm-hmm.
There are predators out there.
Yes.
Yep. Absolutely.
Ah.
Some crazy
This is
people.
weird because way back when, even in the days of TV, we had one of our female reporters had us just sign up. And she didn't post anything anywhere except signed up for an email account.
Okay.
Hot girl at it wasn't Gmail, Yahoo, or something else.
Okay.
She had lists of people propositioning her on a regular
Oh, I
basis.
believe it. Yeah.
Hot girl at somethinganother.com.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fake account.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we reported on it
Mhm.
regularly. Can you imagine
Mm-hmm.
that today with this stuff? That was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Let's start one of those accounts and see what we get.
We're going to end up on Dateline filming a bunch of people being arrested is what's going to happen. I mean,
let's
this
start
is
one.
scary. And like I said, I mean, we're in little old Onzo County
Yeah.
and we've had kids impacted this weekend by this.
Apparently.
You know, it is so bothersome to me that they've even gone so far as tell us when your parents aren't home. If that doesn't scare you folks, I'm certain nothing will.
Mhm.
And kids just, and because kids are, a lot of them are trusting or they don't think it will happen to them or they,
Mm.
you know, oh my.
It will happen.
Yes, very quickly. Yes.
Parents, lock your children in their rooms.
Mhm.
All I
But
can tell you.
definitely check their computers, check their cell phones for this. You go in the history.
Computers, take their
get this
phones and
site
cell
out of
phones
here.
away from
Yeah.
them.
You know, monitor what they're doing because this is not, doesn't require an app. That's what the worst part about it is. You don't need an app to
Well,
use
that's
this.
the only way I could get into
Mhm.
it. Flip phones, y'all buy your kid a flip phone.
Mhm.
One that has no memory except for what you can go look at.
Get them one of those phones where they only, you can only program like 3 numbers in there, like you give to small children.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
911 and then your
yeah, and
numbers.
and then they got
And
a
one-
phone for emergencies, but they can't call nobody else or access anything. Yeah, scary. And I'm, you know, I just think this periodically we need to come out here and remind people, monitor, and this is what's happening.
Well, we're going to have to do that because, you know, I had
Yeah.
no clue.
Yeah, I didn't either. I'd never heard of this, and I was one of those parents that did check all their kids' stuff. I've never heard of this site till this weekend.
You
had heard
you
of it.
need to take Megan down, tie her up until
Megan's gonna get, even though she's 30 now and is the
doesn't matter.
mother
But
of my grandson.
you can find
I'm
out.
I'm gonna retroactively beat her tail for being on this website when she was a teenager.
Megan's
laughing.
listening and laughing.
Retroactive. Well, she just had surgery. She's incapacitated right now, so I could make my move at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No,
yeah,
Megan, you know how to feign that. Oh, I don't feel good.
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
too bad. You're going to feel better sooner,
And-
but not right now.
And and here's what I wonder. You know, a lot of times parents can put parental controls on the stuff. I wonder if you can get on it with it. My grandson has she keeps him on lockdown, but I'm gonna have her test it while he's at school on his tablet with the parental. See if you can get onto that with those
Here's my
parental
question for
controls.
you.
Mhm.
For all of those school computers / tablets or whatever that they buy for every kid,
Mhm.
can they get on there? From,
No, Melissa just said it's the school
It is
system
totally
has blocked
blocked.
it
Okay.
because
Yes,
they
that's
found
good.
out about it. But yeah, it's blocked. The IT blocked it completely.
I imagine IT stays busy.
They do stay
Because
busy. Oh yeah,
They'll,
sadly.
Here
they'll
would
find
be-
something else.
Well, these kids get into
I will
crazy
fi-
nonsense.
Anybody able to work around that,
That's what I'm
give me a
asking.
call.
Yeah.
Because if you just don't go to that site direct, but you go to another
Can you
site
get to it
in
somehow? Yeah.
in China or England
Mhm.
or Russia, if you just pick up a Google site in
Yeah.
Russia,
Huh.
could you go from that site?
It's a very good question, and that's what I'm saying. That we need to
If
determine
there's a way,
if it's parental control.
they will
you
do
know
it.
they know it.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we need to know.
Because all they
Can
got to
it
do
be
is have
accessed?
one of their friends to be able to do it, and it will spread like wildfire.
Especially teenagers, because they love to hack and do stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, that's been made very popular. So you get some teenager goes, I can get around this, no problem, and they're
Yep.
probably right.
910-333-0139. We'll be right back.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158. Sneeze Ferry LP Gas, 777 Highway 210, Sneeze Ferry, takes this time to thank those that serve for our most prized possession, our freedom. Sneeze Ferry LP Gas offers complete LP gas service for both residential and commercial needs. They feature gas fireplaces, heating appliances, gas accessories, gas water heaters, routed deliveries, budget payment plans available, and grill cylinder refills. Sneeze Ferry LP Gas sells and provides service for Renai and Navion tankless water heaters. For all your residential and commercial LP gas sales and service needs, and for comfort and convenience, call Sneeze Ferry LP Gas, 910-327-2541. That's 910-327-2541. Once again, Sneeze Ferry LP Gas salutes those that serve us.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
We're back for the last few minutes here. Y'all just keep opening my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to get somebody on board. And I know our former sheriff here, he used to work internet crimes, in particular with kiddies.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent me a note, and I've just invited him to come on for tomorrow morning.
That would be so
that
interesting.
would be good.
Yes, I would love to have him in here to hear what he's got to say.
Either in the studio, preferably in the studio,
Yes.
or by telephone.
No, come into the studio, or he's just right down the street.
Yeah, I know he is.
He could just ride his bike over.
You have a motorcycle?
No, I'm talking about his two-wheeler.
Oh, well, the motorcycle is two-wheeler too.
Well,
that's
his
true.
pedal bike.
His, the other one.
his
non-motorized
non-motorized
bike.
The environmentally friendly thing,
God,
right?
do we have to spell this out?
I don't know. That time of morning, though, to come up Piney Green.
Yeah,
might
that's
be a
true.
good idea.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, he needs to come on.
Because driving Piney Green's like driving the Audubon sometimes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. My God.
I detest Piney Green.
Yeah.
I detest it.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as it used to be.
No, it's
now
better
that
not
they
as much
four-laned
lane.
it.
When they took all the cones out.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they finally took all the,
There's
North
cones
Carolina
or something
State
else. They were like a
flower.
menace. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's
something,
like
something.
going
You
to
know,
Raleigh.
Yeah.
I went through one day and I said, well, when all that was out there, and I tried to count the cones.
Are you crazy?
I could not even count all of them because even running along at 30 miles an hour in those days,
Yeah.
there were so many of them, I lost count. I didn't know which 100 that I was in.
Let me ask you this. Kelly can answer this fast. Have you ever driven on I-40 passing Raleigh-Durham that there wasn't those cones everywhere?
There's construction will always construction and reconstruction will always be on I-40 and on I-95 in Florida, northern Florida, north to central Florida.
Right.
Somewhere they're going to be redoing 95.
I cannot remember a day or a time that I have gone to Raleigh and there's not those cones everywhere.
Nope.
And it goes from 4 lanes to 2 lanes to 1 lanes
To
in a
5
whisper.
lanes, yeah.
And you're like, nah, and everybody's throwing on brakes and oh God.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah. Way back when the highway patrol, when everybody was getting complaints about all the speeders on I-40.
Yes.
They would get like 4 of them and line them side by side and run the speed limit.
Oh, How mean.
You
How aggravating. Those people behind him are like, "Urgh."
You know, the dumbest person in the world is a guy that knows that there's a highway patrolman in front of him running at least the speed limit,
Right.
70 miles an hour,
Right.
and passes him.
That is dumb.
That is just eat up with
That
dumb.
is, yeah, that is.
Even
dumb,
though
dumb,
they're
dumb.
not likely going to pull you over if you're running 73 in a 70
Right.
mile per hour zone. If
It's-
you start passing them,
That's right.
you're taking your $180 cost of court ticket in
That's
hand.
like taking that special one finger on your hand and
There-
waving it
there
at
you
the
go.
highway patrolman.
That is just not. Oh,
That I don't care if you're doing 71. I'd pull you for that.
Me too. Just because.
Just because.
If nothing else, I'm going to ruin your day. Not with a
Yes.
ticket. Just sitting there talking to you for about 20 minutes.
Right. Hold you up.
Oh my! You just ruin your average of getting from here to there.
My gosh. How ridiculous.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I would never do anything like that.
Well, I'm telling you,
That's
I-40 and
cool.
I-85, both those scare me when you
Yeah,
get.
terrible.
Yeah, especially I-85 I think is worse because they do the average speed there is what 100 miles an hour.
Pretty much.
It's crazy.
All right, tomorrow morning, I know we're going to continue this conversation.
We're gonna have to.
because y'all gonna have to enlighten me.
I'm gonna have to omega.com. I'm gonna have to go in there and see what I get too.
It's scary. I mean, this
Go
is
ahead and
something every
sign up
parent-
for a Hotmail
caregiver-
account.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Hot
that.
girl.
Hot girls.
Hot girl. I'll give you some numbers to use.
Okay.
Oh,
we're gonna see what we get.
And then at hotmail.com. That's the address that was used.
Right.
Hotmail@hotmail.com with something else she used. So you can't use that one, but you can use hot girl at hotmail, hot chick at hotmail.com. Sign up. There's probably already one out there.
Well,
What you
that's
want to
all
bet?
right. We'll check it out. I have to work on that today and see what kind of emails start coming in.
All right. And let me know how your
This is our
what's this thing?
investigation.
Megali?
Omegle.
Omegle.
Mhm.
It's like omega, but you have to add an L to the end of
Omegle.
omegle.
Omegel.
Right.
Weird.
Started by an 18-year-old. Oh my gosh. I mean, like
18-year-old's not too old to spank. You know that, right?
20, I think it was 2019. Did I say 20 or
You
did
said
I say
2009?
2009? That's
What?
right. 2009 he started this. And it was just supposed to be an open.
Omegle.
It's
I'll
craziness.
screenshot this to you so you'll have it.
Oh,
Anyway.
Lord of mercy. Okay, we will
Oh,
see you tomorrow morning. This conversation will continue. Hopefully, former Sheriff Hans Miller will join us tomorrow because he had quite a bit of experience in
Oh,
this
yes,
internet
that'll
stuff,
be interesting.
especially dealing with kids. So I'd like him to be in here bright and early. Sheriff, you got that?
That's right. That would be good. It'd be good. I would love to hear the stories.
And when I get educated,
Mhm.
then
Yeah. What does this mean?
we're
Well,
going to
okay.
educate y'all. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom, 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Coming up now, Fox News, and then about an hour from now, it's going to be a dose of the Daily D's. Rick Dees will be in the house, and he was having a good time last week. I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
And then at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Hollywood, our very special buddy, is going to be having a big chat about all sorts of cool stuff. And we'll find out what's going on later this week. We're going to have Chris Rayner again this week.
Oh, wonderful.
Don't know what day yet, but Chris Rayner from Sports Talk, he had a blast last week.
Yes,
and
we had a blast
I
having
had
him.
a bigger blast than he had. You're live and local, Real Talk. We will see you tomorrow morning about 22 hours.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246 CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. There's tornado damage in Georgia and more potentially dangerous